Alright, Squale, I have a craft to share today. This is something I like to do with my younger grades, and it's pretty fun. We'd like to do it in the fall. For many years now, I have had this little tiny beaded corn cob hanging in my kitchen. And the story is that back when I lived in Ontario, my daughter and I went to a powwow, and I think it was on Six Nations territory. And one lady had a booth, and she was selling all of these little beaded corns. And so I thought they were really pretty. I got the smallest one she had, and she said to me, she said, "Do you know what that's for?" And I said, "No, I just think it's really nice." And she told me that if you hang a cob of corn in your kitchen, that in that culture, they think that you'll never go hungry. Your family won't be hungry if you have corn hanging in your kitchen. So you can have a beaded corn cob, or you can have, some people have a real dried corn cob. Maybe some of you have it at Thanksgiving or something to put out. So corn is actually an indigenous plant. It was a grass in Mexico, and it was cultivated about 9,000 years ago, and then it spread its way up north through the rest of Turtle Island, and it's one of the sacred sisters. So corn, beans, and squash, you'd plant them together and they'd grow. They'd really complement one another. So what I like to make with students are these little teeny beaded corn cobs, and they're kind of fun, and they're really easy, so anyone can make them. So what you need to do is just have some pipe cleaners, and there's a couple different ways you can do them. You could make them small, like this one. This one is just 2 pipe cleaners. This one is a little bit bigger, and it's 3 pipe cleaners. So I'll show you how to do with 2 pipe cleaners first. So you've got 2 pipe cleaners. You fold them in half so that they're pretty much the same. You take them apart, and you can see that you've got kind of these 2 V's. You put them together like that, and then you just twist, like 1, 2. And what you'll have is just this X. And so this is what students start with. They start by making an X, choosing a color for their pipe cleaner, and making an X. And if you wanted to do a slightly bigger corn cob, you could add 1 more pipe cleaner. So again, we're going to fold it in half so that the arms are about the same length. You can put it on, and you're just going to twist it at the base. And now this one will be like a snowflake. So what I like to do now is start beading. And kids can do any pattern that they want. It's kind of fun that way. I like to pass around a couple of these corn cobs to students at the beginning. And I like to show on the overhead like pictures of gem corn, because there's actually more than 200 varieties of corn in the world, and they're not all yellow. So yeah, kids can make any kind of pattern they want. So what they start doing is they just put their beads on each of these arms. And I usually tell them, just because it can get a lot in a class, right? It's a lot of beads. I usually tell them 10 to 12 beads per arm. And yeah, if you're worried about numbers, definitely just use the 2 pipe cleaners. But yeah, they go up each of the arms with however many number of beads that you have told them they can have. And most of them will probably do patterns. And then oh my gosh, I should have had one already. But anyway, when all of their beads are on each of the arms, it's really easy to make it into a corn cob that they can hang up, because you just take all their arms and you fold them up together, and then you twist them at the top. So then it'll be like a real corn cob. And you can kind of squish it. That's the nice thing about pipe cleaner. And then what I always make sure to do is, because pipe cleaners can be kind of pointy, I get them to poke the pipe cleaner tip into the top of all of the top beads. So it's really fun, and it's really easy, And yeah, I just think it's a good lesson. So I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you.